Hi everyone, I'm Ella, physiotherapist at SportsCare and Physiotherapy here in Barton. So I'm here to take you through a series of exercises specific to the triathlete that targets your upper back, core and legs. This series is excellent as a standalone program that you can do a few times a week or as a warm-up before an event. You don't need any equipment for this series, just a small area, maybe a yoga mat, and let's get started. So we're going to start in a 4-point kneeling position, hands directly at your shoulders and knees under your hips. This first exercise is one for thoracic mobility, so giving it a bit more trunk rotation, really important in swimming. It's called thread the needle. So one hand that lifts underneath the other, shoulder goes down to the ground, unlift, hand up to the ceiling. Back down, switch sides. So loop under, shoulder touches down, unloop, hand up to the ceiling. We're going to go through 5 on each side, so 10 total. That's number 2. 3. 4. Really rotate your chest up high, up towards the ceiling. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Next, into cat count. So arching through your spine, pushing your head down, and then slowly rolling through the shoulders, head up, bottom up. That is 1. We're going through 10. 2. 3. Breathe in as you arch up. Breathe out as you relax back down. 4. Really pushing up. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Last one. 10. Well done. Coming to find neutral spine, belly button drawn up so core is engaged, soft through the elbows. We are lifting opposite arm, opposite leg out straight. So really try to reach your fingertips and your toes to the ends of the mat. Lower back down, keeping your back in the same position. Same on the other side. As we alternate through, you want to do 10 each side, so that's 20 total. If you're finding this relatively easy, your hips are staying stable and you feel stable in this position. To make this a little bit harder, you can just go on the same side rather than alternating. So reaching out and then touch hand to knee underneath your body and then go again on the same side, repeating that 10 times in a row. If you can find that too easy, you can do a pulse. So where you reach opposite arm and leg out, pull them straight, and then up and down with the leg and the arm. As you're going through that pulse, you want to make sure that your back stays flat and neutral and the tummy is engaged. Hopefully, with me talking through there, you've gone for about 10 in a row on one side. Let's switch over to the other side. Or if you're alternating, keep alternating. So let's say that's 12, 13, 14, 15. Really try and reach their fingertips far. 17, 18, 19, 20. Well done. We're going to go through a hunting cat to cobra stretch. Really nice whole body spinal stretch. First, we rock back into child's pose. So bottom goes back towards the heels, arms out stretch. Maybe you want to give yourself a little bit of a back stretch by reaching more to one side and the other side. From here, we push up and out into a Cobra. If this is too uncomfortable for you, lower yourself down onto your belly or hold that belly up. So again, rocking back into child's pose, pulling up and away, down into Cobra or down onto your tummy. We're just going to go through 5. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. In this last Cobra, lower yourself down onto your tummy. We're going to go through some exercises to help activate your back muscles and arm muscles in preparation for swimming. So the first exercise is called swimming. So we're on our tummies, arms outstretched overhead. You're thinking long, so pushing your fingertips and your toes out far. Drawing your belly button in, lift opposite arm and leg, just like we did during the bird dog. Place it back down, same on the other side, so trying to reach them out far. Opposite arm, opposite leg. You should feel activation through your lower back, your arm muscles, and along the back of your legs. If you're finding that a little bit too challenging, don't do the arms and the legs at the same time, do them separately. So you could just do an arm lift without lifting the legs. Alternatively, if you want a little bit more of a challenge, lift up both and go a little bit faster. So with this, we're going to be alternating sides. You want at least 10 repetitions each side. I'm going to go through the faster version. So if you want a little bit more of a challenge, it's a lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Relax back down. With any of these exercises, if you want to do more of them, just pause the video and go through a few more repetitions so you understand what you're doing. Okay? From there, we're going to go through some exercises to activate the back of our shoulders, so the shoulder blade muscles. There's 3 variations to this one. There's the I, the T, and the Y. So for the I, arms are down by your sides, palms are facing down. Chest lifts up, arms lift up and draw backwards. And then relax back down. So again, arm and chest lifts up, keep looking down, and then relax back down. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, T position. So hands out in line for the shoulders. Again, the chest lifts up, arms lift up. Pause for a second or two, and then lower back down. Again, arms lift up, chest lifts up, shoulder blades squeeze together, and then back down. Again, if you want a little bit more of a challenge, the last move for this is a Y position. So arms out like you're a big long Y. Feet stay down, so really push through the tops of your feet and your legs down into the ground. Arms and chest lift up, pause, lower back down. So there's the 3 positions, the I, the T, and the Y. Pick one to begin with. Remember the pause. We're going to go through that for 10 seconds. Really think about squeezing those muscles between your shoulder blades, making them nice and tight. I'm going to go through the T. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pushing through the ground, up and over, we're going to come onto our backs. So lying down, tuck your heels into your bottom. We're in crook lying. Hands down by your sides. To begin with, we're going to go through some glute activations for an exercise that we call a glute bridge. So feet are nice and close to your bottom, hands are down, you're pushing your hips up towards the ceiling. At the top, straight line between shoulders, hips, and knees. And then lowering back down. So again, lifting up activating those glute muscles at the top, so really trying to squeeze your cheeks together and lowering back down. We're going to go through 10. If you want a little bit more activation through your hamstrings, you could move your feet a little bit further away from your bottom, put your toes up and just push through your heels. That way you should feel it through your bottom and your hamstrings at the back of your legs. So that's 4. We're going to 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, if you're going to repeat this exercise and you wanted a little bit more of a challenge, you could put the TheraLib around your knees. A TheraLib is this. So place it around the top of your knees. It will help increase the activation through your glute med, a really, really important muscle for running. The other option, if you don't have a band, is to do a single leg bridge. So again, we're going to have our heels tucked close to our bottoms, hands down by our side. One leg is up in tabletop. Tabletop position is where our shin is parallel to the floor, our knee is at a right angle. From this position, you drive your hips up towards the ceiling and back down. Let's just do 5 in a row, each side. 2, 3, 4, 5. Back down. Other leg up in tabletop. 5 single leg bridges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. Next, we're going to go through a series of core activations. I'll go through various levels for each one. The key during all of these exercises is to keep your lower back in contact with the ground. You don't want to be arching your back away. You want to be gently pressed down and feel activation through your tummy muscles. This is a great warm-up before swimming. We'll start easy and gradually we'll make it a little bit harder. The first exercise is a single leg extension. So with this one, our back is flat, our tummy is engaged. We are floating one leg up into tabletop, straightening and lowering back down, back up to the start position. Keep going on the same side. If you want to make this one a little bit more challenging, bring that other leg up into the double tabletop position. One leg straightens, lowers down, back up. Stay on the same side. We're going to go through 10. The closer your heel goes to the ground, the harder it is. If you want to make it a little bit easier, don't lower it as far. Let's say that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Switch legs. So again, if you want to make it a little bit easier, have the other leg down. If you want to make it a little bit harder, double tabletop. So point, lower, back up. 10 in a row. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back up. Next challenge, a dead bug. Feet stay up, arms go up. If you're finding that too challenging, one leg down, opposite arm down. Okay? A dead bug is where opposite arm and leg straighten out. Ideally, heel touches down to the floor and then back up to the start position. This is really good to help activate our oblique muscles and our cross slings to help improve our core and pelvic stability. So again, easy version, one leg and one arm up, opposite arm, opposite leg go down. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, double tabletop, both arms up. Opposite arm, opposite leg go down. Come back up. Switch sides. 2, 3. Let's go to 10. 4. Back stays flat. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Lower back down. Now we have 2 last exercises to go through for our core. Another oblique exercise is what we call a crisscross or a bicycle. Level 1, so a little bit easier, is hands behind the head, one leg up. Okay? Opposite elbow goes to opposite knee and back down to the start position. Opposite elbow, opposite knee. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, both legs up and tabletop. Opposite elbow, opposite knee, back up, switch sides. Let's go through 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Back down. Final exercise for our core, very, very swim specific, is the flutter kick. So for the flutter, we are going to lift up off the ground a little bit, slide both hands like they're a diamond underneath your bottom cheeks. Chuck your chin in, legs are straight. Pointing down, we are lifting the legs and kicking them, keeping our core engaged, keeping our back flat. If you're finding that a little bit too challenging, a little bit too much strain on the neck, you can put your hands behind your head and just do one leg at a time. Fluttering with one side, fluttering with the other side. If you're doing the version that we did first, with your hands under the bottom, we're going through 20 of those in a row, alternating sides. If you're doing the version with your hands behind your head, 10 on one side, 10 on the other side. Let's get started. So, hands on the bottom, chin tucked in, legs straight, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Woo. Well done. Coming over into side lying. So we're going to go through 3 exercises for our glute muscles. Similar to the bridge glutes are really, really important, especially in runners, for that hip stability. So we're side lying. Our feet and knees are stacked on top of each other. Our heels are together. We are lifting the top knee up towards the ceiling, activating the back of our hip and back down. Lifting up, back down. We're going through 10 of these in a row. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next level, feet up. Heels stay together, lift that top knee up, 10 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Final challenge, plank plan. We're working the top hip and the bottom hip. Hopefully you're starting to feel a little bit of muscle burn behind the hip. Of course, when you're doing all these exercises at home, do more of them. Work to fatigue, work until that muscle is burning. So, elbow directly under shoulder. We are pushing our hips forwards and up, so there's a straight line, knees, hips and shoulders. The top knee plans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower back down, swivel around, so swivel on your bottom over to the other side, go back down to side lying. Hips stacked, knees and ankles, heels stay together, top knee lifts up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, we want to feel the work through the back of your hip. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, next version, feet go up, top knee lifts, heels stay together. 2, 3. If you find this a little bit too high, just keep your feet down on the ground. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, if you're not ready for the challenge, just keep to the previous levels. Last difficulty, elbow under shoulder, lift your hips up high, straight line, hips, knees, ankles, lift that top knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Well done. To finish off the session, we're just going to go through some single leg stability exercises in standing. So pop yourself up. First exercise is what we call the runner's lunge. For the runner's lunge, we start at the top of our mat, knees slightly bent, one leg steps back down into a lunge position, and then you come back up out of that lunge into what we call the knee drive. So the knee drive is heel up to the bottom and knee up towards the chest. To make it a little bit harder, make sure that you're doing your arm movement as well. So we step back and up, knee comes up, opposite arm comes up, and back down. If you want to make that a little bit easier, you could just do a static lunge, so back, dropping down into the 90-90 position, and then back up. So just keeping yourself in that position if you're feeling a little bit too unbalanced. If you want even more of a challenge, you can add the triple extension. Triple extension is where your ankle, knee, and hip all extend. So you can go up into your tiptoes, or if you want to make it even harder, go into the jump. So tiptoes, step back, up. So your heel lifts up off the ground. Jump, step back, push yourself up into that triple position. So step back, up. So pick a level. You can do the static lunge, you can do the regular runner's lunge, or you can do the runner's lunge with the triple extension where you're going onto your toes, or the jump. We're going to go through 10 in a row, each side. I'm just going to demonstrate the regular runner's lunge. So stepping back, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. You're feeling that through your quads, also through the back of your leg, through your glutes. Same on the other leg. So other legs comes forward, step back, knee drive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Final exercise to finish off this series is a single leg hip hinge, or a single leg arabesque. Really important again for core and hip stability, plus strength through your leg and a little bit of balance as well. So with this one, you're standing on one leg, knees slightly bent. You're hinging through the hip, pushing the back leg out straight behind you. So with this one, you can reach forwards or down to the ground, reaching out, leg straightens out the back, keep your tummy engaged, come up into that knee drive. Hip comes up towards the bottom, knee comes up towards the chest. So again, you're reaching out or down, up into the knee drive. We're going to go through 10. If you find it a little bit too challenging, rather than straightening your leg out the back, you can just slide it back and back up. So that looks like this. Just like what you're doing with the lunge, if you want a little bit more of a challenge, lift your leg up the back. Again, we're going to go through 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Same on the other side. So a little bit of a bent leg. Think about that hip hinge. Push the back leg out straight. So reaching back and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. So that's it for today's session. Hope you enjoyed it. With each of these exercises, we went through at least 10 repetitions. At home, I definitely encourage you to do more. So make sure that you're pausing the video, maybe looking at about 10 reps of 3 sets. So repeat each exercise 3 times. You could do it in a little bit of circuit, or you could do them all together in the choice. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you all next time.